Devin told me a lot about his core values, something that he did not want to talk about on camera. I still, to this day, don't really feel comfortable telling you Devin's views, but I will be really clear about mine.
Okay.
I 100% support the LGBTQ community. I also believe that women should have the decision to choose if they want to have an abortion or not. I also believe that different religions should be valued. That is our different ways of communicating to God, like different languages.
Welcome back to Reality Check with me, Adaeze. Here we discuss reality shows, movies, trending topics, and topics I find fascinating, okay? So, we are talking Love is Blind Season 8, and I'm just going to get into the reunion, okay? I was following this season, going with the episodes, how they release them, but I got tired at some point, you guys. I'm so sorry. I actually filmed a video about I think episode 10 and 11 or so, but I didn't put out that video because I was just tired. I was just over it. I was like, there's really nothing extra that I needed to say until the reunion. So that is why I am covering the reunion now. First, we'll start with the least problematic couple and the only couple to get married this season. And I'm just wondering, if Taylor and Daniel did not make it to Honduras, okay, if the time that Taylor was like, oh, you followed me, you unfollowed me, what if they hadn't made it past that? So no couple would have gotten married this season, or would have production pressured a particular couple to get married? Because I don't understand, okay? The show has definitely gone down a lot. It has definitely declined in its quality. I'll get more into that later. But just imagine if they did not make it past that their first hiccup. And I also think that looking back, maybe she felt he was familiar, or maybe she felt she knew him before because there was a genuine connection between them, okay? Maybe God was just showing her this is your person and he just felt too familiar for comfort for her, okay? Anyway, they are married. They've been married for the past 1 year. They are doing well. They are thriving. They are having fun. Yeah, they're actually doing well as a couple. They look good together. They are doing well. Nothing short of what we expected, to be honest. Like, I didn't expect anything wrong to go on between them because throughout the season, they were actually very good together, okay? At some point, he informs us that his mom was diagnosed with some sort of cancer, and then the hospital where she's seeking treatment, Taylor's brother works there and, also lives close to that place. So his father is living with Taylor's brother just to take care of his wife, that's Daniel's mom. And, both families love Christmas. Both families mesh well together. They are truly a match made in heaven. I think that they are one of the few couples that have gotten married in this whole franchise, or in this whole Love is Blind series. I think they're one of the few couples that really mesh well together. There are some couples that have gotten married in the past and we've been like, did it really work? But this particular couple, they really go well together, and I'm happy for them, okay? Now let's get into the couple that I kind of liked during the season, but they annoyed me the most in the reunion, and that is Devin and Virginia. Actually, Virginia is the one that annoyed me the most. Now, they did not end up getting married. Virginia says that the reason why they didn't get married is because their values do not align, and that they weren't really physical and all that, okay? But that she got there with him emotionally, but that their values do not really align. Now, at this reunion, she went into a whole monologue about how she cannot speak for him and she doesn't want to say what his views are, but she's going to make her own views clear. That first of all, she's in support of the LGHDTV community. She's also in support of deleting your fetus. She's also in support of other religions, that she had even in her entourage, okay, she had basically they are very diverse, that she has Muslim family members, that she's this and that and this and that. She was basically just poisoning herself like this sanctimonious liberal, I value the whole world tolerant person. But to me, in that moment, she looks like a very intolerant person. I didn't cover this, but even during the show, when they talked about their values, when he was saying that, oh, is she voting based on her religion and all of that, okay? He was asking her genuine questions, and she was like, oh, maybe she's voting differently because her family is black. But this guy you're talking to, his father is black, his sister's husband is actually black, okay? So why are you being condescending? That one happened during the show, right? But at this reunion, that whole thing she went through, I was like, my sister is not giving what you think is giving, okay? Maybe to people who believe the same things as you, maybe it's giving what it's giving, but to me, it just felt like you wanted your time on TV, you're looking for your 2 minutes of fame, because these are things that you should have talked about in the pods, and if they didn't align well with your beliefs, if you feel so strongly about these things, why did you get engaged to the guy? You do know that he broke up with somebody because the person is bi. Okay, maybe he did not know, maybe she didn't know that he broke up with the other person because the person is bi, right? But if you felt this strongly about this inclusion and tolerance and all of these things that you're saying, diversity and whatever, then you should have spoken about these things in the pods. And if you were not comfortable with his answers in the pods, you shouldn't have gotten engaged to him and wasted everybody's time, okay? So to me, what she thinks she's giving, it is not giving. And the funniest part to me sometimes when it comes to liberals and some of the things that they hold dear to themselves, right? The Muslims that you stand up for, the Islam that you keep for all the time, that they prefer, okay, they are not tolerant of some of these things, okay? Go to those countries that you are keeping for and go and proclaim that you are LGHTV, or that you like to delete your fetus, or that you like to be liberal with your sex life, or that you like women empowerment, or you're a feminist. Go and declare those things in some of those Muslim countries and see where your head will end up, okay? So anyway, that's me just deviating. My main anger is that you can believe in whatever you believe in, allow other people to believe in whatever they believe in, okay? And if your beliefs do not align, then do not get engaged and do not come out here and start being sanctimonious about the whole thing, okay? She also spoke about how Devin's mom told her before the wedding that she got $1,000 check from her boss, as a wedding gift, right? So basically, the mom's boss gave Devin $1,000 check for his wedding as the wedding gift, and the mom told Virginia, right? And apparently Devin never brought it up, okay? Now, that was kind of sus, okay? Why didn't you bring it up? But to be honest, after being married for so many years and after seeing how men behave, I can understand why he did not bring it up, because men sometimes, some things that we think are important, they don't classify it as important, okay? Some things that we feel like, the moment you hear this thing, you need to be telling me immediately. Men don't see it that way. Let me know in the comment section if you guys can relate. A lot of men don't see some things that we consider as urgent, as in we as women, some things that we feel like, something that will happen to me, and the next moment I'm calling my husband to tell him, he can tell me 1 week later when it happens to him. Like, he can be telling me in hindsight, that was how 2 weeks ago I had an accident and I broke this and you'll be like, how did you not tell me this when it happened, okay? So that's my excuse for him for not saying it. But that whole situation is a bit sus, okay? Maybe he knew she was going to say no, I don't know, but he should have told her about the money thing. But she herself, if it was such a big deal to her, she should have brought it up with him and she should have asked him, why didn't you tell me about it? Then let's see what his answer would have been. Speaking about people whose values do not align, the next couple is Sarah and Ben, okay? Now, Sarah, in the pods, your values do not align, or at least he didn't really say much of what his values were, right? I remember even saying it then that I didn't like it about him, that even if, again, you can believe whatever you believe in, I'm not against, like, the fact that we don't agree on something doesn't mean that I see you as a bad person or that I'm against you, right? So I liked Sarah for the fact that she knew what she believed in, she was vocal about what she believed in, and she felt strongly about what she believed in, right? Ben, on the other hand, wasn't really saying much about what he believed in, which I said I feel like it's just because he's trying not to get cancelled. I also think it's not cancelled, okay? He's trying not to get cancelled, and I think that Devin as well, because Virginia said that he doesn't like to talk about his values on camera. I feel like, we're not new, we're not babies now. We know how people get cancelled for having conservative values, or for voting for Trump, or for being MAGA, or for being Republican. People get cancelled for it. It's now better now because, again, obviously more people voted for Trump than they voted for Kamala. So apparently many people just hide their values indoors, but people really believe these things, right? So right now, the way the climate is, they won't be as cancelled as they used to be, or they won't be cancelled the way they used to be cancelled, right? However, let's not deny that people who have conservative values, or people who vote for Trump, or people who don't believe in deleting your fetus, or LGH, especially for the trans part, people who don't believe in such things usually get cancelled. I mean, J.K. Rowling, the feminist of the world, the person who wrote Harry Potter, she was cancelled for not believing that trans people should use female bathrooms, right? Anyway, I'm digressing. So that's why I feel like they did not say what they believe in outwardly, as in clearly, but I applauded Sarah for saying what she believed in wholeheartedly. Now, throughout the show, we saw that she came to the realization that Ben doesn't really have much of an opinion on so many issues, right? And also, he goes to church, and she did research on his church, and the church does not believe in LGHTV people, or at least they don't believe in LGHTV marriage, okay? And she wasn't comfortable with that and all of that, okay? Now, my annoyance with her again in this part is, it is obvious your values do not align. If somebody says they are Christian, forget all these fringe, churches here and there that are beginning to embrace some of those things. If you go by the words and the scriptures and the things that we believe in as Christians, we don't believe in these things. Like, it is a fundamental of Christianity. Like, I don't know how to explain this thing. These things are considered sins in the Bible. Okay? So, if somebody says they are a Christian and they believe in the Bible, and you don't believe in what the Bible says, why are you trying to make it work? I don't understand that. And that's even my annoyance too with Ben. Like, if you say you're a Christian, you know what the Bible says about these things. Why are you pretending like you don't understand? You don't know what your church stand is on it. You don't know what is your own stand on it from what you've read in the Bible. I've not read your Bible. Anyway, I'm getting heated. They read the Bible. So, obviously, your values do not align. I'm not saying that, oh, she's a bad person or she's an evil person, but obviously, your values do not align. So, why are people trying to make it work? You know what's even worse? After Sarah has finished caping for the LGBT community and has finished declaring her beliefs and what she stands for and refused to get married to him, she still wanted them to continue dating. To what end? What was the reason? What could possibly be the reason why two of you would try to make it work after the marriage? Okay, so basically, after they did not get married, they lived together for a week or two, and then she moved to a different city, and that from her understanding, he was supposed to come along with her and stay with her, okay? But from his own understanding, they were over. So the moment she got to the other city, he removed her from Find My Friends, and basically he ghosted. Well, she says he ghosted her. He's saying he just cut himself off from her because they had broken up, okay? To him, he felt it was final. To her, she felt it wasn't final, okay? So I think that I believe her, okay? Why I say I believe her is that for somebody who is not vocal about what they really believe, I don't think that he made it clear to her that they were broken up, okay? Yeah, I don't think he made it clear to her. And she was saying that based on what happened between them, the way he acted after the wedding, she now believes the lady that talked about him on their TikTok, whatever. That lady who came on TikTok and talked about him ghosting her and all of that, Sarah is beginning to understand where the lady is coming from, okay? Because apparently he now reached out to her after a while saying that Jimmy from season 5, that's this season 5, yeah, or season 6, that Jimmy told him that he should reach out to Sarah so that they can be in good terms, and that they should rehearse what they are going to answer, that they are going to ask them questions about their values and stuff like that. Again, all these things just leave a bad taste in my mouth about the show in general, okay? It has now become too scripted for my liking. Not just scripted, okay? It has now become an avenue where people just come to just have airtime and just get free vacation in whatever country they are vacationing in, okay? That's what the show has become to me. That's why the people that are getting married, the number of people that are getting married are reducing, and that is why most people, after they break up in the pods, they don't even date, because they were there for the show is over, let's move on. We don't have to pretend to like each other or to want to be with each other anymore. anymore. Next is Joey and Monica. And Monica is saying that, yes, they didn't get married, okay? For those who did not watch it, but Joey and Monica did not get married. And that's because Monica feels like Joey wasn't really into her and just did not have the guts to tell her. And I actually noticed this towards the ending of the season, that Joey wasn't really into Monica. He never got serious with their conversations. He was always laughing and playful. There was a part where he even told her, "I have love for you." Huh? It's a guinea. Who says that to their fiancé? Who says "I have love for you" to somebody you're supposed to be getting married to? Make it make sense. So according to both of them, they never really said they love each other. They never really openly declared their feelings for each other. They never really got serious with each other. Even though Monica said she was trying, even after the wedding, she tried to hang out with him. She met his family. She was close to his. She got like entangled with his family, but to her, Joey was not into her, and he just didn't have the guts to tell her that he wasn't into her. He's saying that, that is because of the way the sister treated him, he couldn't get out of friend zone. And I like when Nick Lachey now asked him that, which one came first? Is it the chicken or the egg? Is it that the sister, because of the way the sister was, that's why you couldn't get out of the friend zone? Or is it that the sister was treating you that way because she could see that you were in the friend zone, right? Yeah, apparently the sister was seeing what we did not see, because at the end of the day, the sister was right. Whether we felt it was jealousy or not jealousy, the sister was right. Okay, so he had so many excuses. He's trying to grow as a person. And then Monica now drops the bomb on us that he actually slid into Madison's DM after they met. That's when all the cast met each other, not just the couples now, all the cast of the season, when they met at that bar, that he sent her a message saying, nice hair, I wish we had talked more, or I wish I had talked further. What was the reason? And he was giving excuses, that this one. Okay, then later on, Madison now says that he even told Monica that Madison was coming on to him, and then they confronted him about it, and he said it didn't happen, it was just a joke, blah 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 blah. It was obvious the guy was lying in that part. Okay, it was obvious he was lying, but Monica says she wishes him well. They're just two human beings on this earth. Basically, they are nothing to each other, and no hard feelings. Everybody just focus on your focus and face your own direction. Yeah, that was the end of that. Then next we see Dave and Lauren. Dave sent Lauren a message 2 weeks ago, or is it 2 months ago? I think 2 or 3 weeks ago. That is before the reunion, telling her that he now understands that the person that she dated, that the person that was causing the issues between them, was actually a cloud chaser, was actually a liar, that the guy was just planting stories amongst his friend group, and even to his sister, again with his sister. His sister was worried he was going to be painted in a bad light, and alas, that's what happened. And I was like, it seems the sister knows you. Your sister knew exactly the kind of person you are, and that's why your sister was afraid that you're going to be painted in a bad light, because you are a problematic person. So that's why your sister was afraid for you, and she basically knew what was going to happen. Anyway, so he talks about how, that he regrets letting things go the way they went, allowing things to come in between them. And I like what Vanessa Lachey asked him. She was like, are you sure that it was the stories that were planted in your head, or you were already 1 foot out and you were looking for any excuse to pull out completely? And he was like, no, that's not what happened. He was really into her. He was into literally this, that. And Lauren, to her own credit, said she doesn't believe him, because they've seen, after the wedding, they had seen several times, or not even the wedding, after they broke up, they had seen several times at the bar, and they never talked to each other. Okay, so your story is not adding up. Vanessa was even asking him that, do you think that Lauren is the one that got away? Can you tell her how you feel? And he was like, he really loved that, this and that, that he cannot even tell her how he feels, trying to get emotional. And Lauren said she doesn't believe him. Okay, myself, I don't even believe him. I believe that the guy was looking for a way out, and that was why he kept bringing up, his sister this, his sister that. Because at the end of the day, like what she said, he even said it, that if if I wanted them to be here, they would be here. That's what he said. If I wanted them to come, they will come. So why are you now coming to act like, oh, you really wanted it badly, but it's just because of your family members? Okay, just own up to your shit and move on, right? Then they asked Molly about it. Molly was like, yes, that she even said F his friends, because she believes that if you really begged your friends to meet with Lauren and they refused to meet with Lauren, then F your friends. So next we have the square between Madison. To be honest, it's not really a square, but you know, Madison, Meg, Mason, and Alex, right? So Mason and Meg dated after the pod, but they dated on and off, but they have settled for best friendship. That they're really good friends. He said that he feels like he's won. He's lucky to have gotten the friendship from Meg, from the whole experience. And you know, they now started having this back and forth. Mason, Meg, and Alex were basically saying that Madison was manipulative in the pod because she was a different person on their dates. She was a different person with Alex than she was with Mason, and it almost felt like she was trying to string Mason along. Madison was trying to say, oh, she doesn't really have any ill feelings towards Mason, that it's good that he ended up with Meg. But Meg was not like, but you're the same person that was saying that he's manipulative, so which is it? She now said yes, that she felt like he was being manipulative in the pod. He was saying that he wasn't being manipulative, that he's not smart enough to be manipulative. Alex was saying that he feels like she was being manipulative. She was saying that Madison was saying that she feels like Alex is not a bad person, but he's manipulative as well. That he was saying one thing here and saying another thing there. Basically, he doesn't really have nice things to say about people in the pods, about Mason, but at the same time he's here acting as if, oh, he really likes Mason. Anyway, basically they just had this back and forth amongst each other, and my own verdict is that yes, Madison was being manipulative in the pod. She was stringing both men along, and she basically manipulated Mason into choosing her, only for her to dump him for Alex, okay? Only for Alex to now dump her because of what she did to Mason. Meg is the real loser in the situation, because basically she was cheated out of the experience with Mason. Then Mason as well was also, let me not say manipulative, but he was trying to hold on to two relationships and it blew up in his face, okay? And then Alex, you guys, if you guys have heard the stories that came out about Alex, you would know that Madison is not lying about Alex, okay? I'm not going to go into the whole story, but that Alex guy is a creep. Receipts have come out of him, you know, going out with underage girls, manipulating underage girls, or going into a relationship with underage girls, giving them alcohol and stuff. Then also he has very twisted views about certain things, even about molesting somebody who is asleep. Like, the guy is a creep, okay, from the receipts that we saw online. So you see that whole square, squeeze all of them and just trash them in the bin, okay? Just carry all of them together, tie them together and fling them into the ocean. I don't give, like, none of them should be with each other, point blank, period. Then another interesting thing that happened at the reunion is that AD and Ollie from Love is Blind UK and AD from Love is Blind US are both engaged, okay? They were both on Perfect Match and now they are both engaged in real life. I'm happy for them. Okay, I'm happy for them. Ollie seems to be a good guy. I watched Love is Blind UK, even though I didn't cover it. Ollie seems to be a good guy, so it will work for AD. AD is also a nice person. However, my problem with AD was that she was too head over heels in love with that guy, Clay. Not just in love, she was acting very desperate to be in a relationship with Clay, right? Now that she's with a good guy, I think she's now equally yoked with somebody that was good for her. Because for ladies who are that desperate, in quotes, if they end up with the wrong person, they will suffer, okay? But if they end up with the right person, it just works, right? So I'm happy for both of them. They seem to be really nice together. They look really good together. They're both very good looking people. So I'm happy about that, okay? And that's it. That's where the reunion ended. They had so many other things in between, but I don't really care about it, okay? Go and watch it if you're interested. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But yeah, my general thoughts on this whole show is that I'm beginning to get very disillusioned by the way things are going. And I don't even think like I'm losing interest. Okay, the more the seasons unfold, the more the episodes unfold, I begin to lose interest because everything now seems so fake. But don't take my word for it though. Season 9 might come out now and I'll be like, yes, I can't wait. I'm so happy, you know. I might feel that way, but for right now, to be honest, I struggled to watch the rest of it. I was like, this show is just crap at this point. Yeah, most people there are just there for airtime. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like I said, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.